Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, I'm John and I'm back with another video on my channel Musings of a Marine. It's been a little while since I've done a video, but it's good to be back doing one. I'm on vacation until January 2nd and got a lot of things coming up. It's December 30th here in Detroit, Michigan, and boy, we got a new year on the horizon, and that's really what this video is going to be all about. But I want to thank everybody who continues to watch my video on Catholicism in the Philippines. I continuously get views on that channel, and I thank you for that. It must have really struck a nerve, but it was really near and dear to my heart. So appreciate it. But, my wife was telling me, why don't you do some videos on something other than the Philippines? And that's what this is going to be about. I'm going to call this video 2025, New Year, More Changes, and no trip to the Philippines this year. But there's reasons for that. Something has happened in my life, and actually a lot of things, where I have decided that I'm going to at least semi-retire in 2025. Once I get to my birthday, July 18th, as soon as I can after that, I'm going to apply for Social Security, and I'm going to, once I start collecting it, go into my boss's office before next winter starts and tell her, hey, I'm done with this full-time stuff. I'll work part-time for you. Hopefully they'll let me do that, but I'm done with it. I've enjoyed my vacation. It's been unseasonably warm here in the Detroit area, but I go back to work on the 2nd, and we're going to be back to below freezing. We're going to have, days where it's going to be in the 20s for a high, and I'm done with that. 2024 was a good year for me. I started a new career. I worked myself into a position I wanted. I got a promotion into low-level management, make more money, got better health benefits, which is good because part of this video is going to touch on that. But I've also, realized that there's a lot of things going on in my life, and I can't be working all the time anymore, and I just don't want to deal with the cold here. If it was up to me, we'd be moving to the Philippines, but there's reasons, honestly, that I can't, and it has a lot to do with me personally, but also family as well. And I find it unfortunate at times, but hey, I do want to get the process going here. I watch other YouTube vloggers who are expats in the Philippines, and Mike's Philippine retirement is one of them, and he talks about how he's 70 years old now, and as you get older, you just don't have the ability to do the things you once did. So that's very, very true, and that's one reason why I want to retire next year, is because so Diana and I can go do these things and have the time and pretty much set up our lives the way we want it and do it on our terms. And hopefully that means she's going to want to do more things and go places. A trip to Florida is definitely on the horizon because I've never been there. That is going to happen, unless something really unforeseen comes up. Also, sadly, another guy I watched, a vlogger by the name of Mark Thornton, and his video, his channel, Every Man Has a Story. Well, Mark unfortunately passed away recently, and I believe he was only 69 years old. And so you just never know. Something could happen like that. And you gotta live while you can. It gets harder for Di to fly to the Philippines. The long flight is tougher on us. The older you get, the worse it gets. By the time we get to Manila, my butt hurts so bad from the seat, I can't stand it. And, how many more times do I want to go through that? I'm envious of my nephew, Pito, and his wife. They go to the Philippines every couple of years. And a lot of people do that. They make trips over there pretty frequently, and we don't. I don't want to miss out on being able to go over there and explore that country too, while I can, before I just get to the point where I'm just too old and can't do it anymore. But this year in 2025, it's a new year. There's going to be more changes, and I'm going to address those in my life personally. First and foremost, I've got an issue with my knees, and my right knee is really hurting badly. So I have to get that checked out. I'm going to have an MRI done on the 7th on both knees, and the doctor that I am talking to seems to think I have a torn meniscus. And if I end up indeed having that problem, if the MRI shows that, I will get surgery and get it fixed. Di and I are now in a financial position where we can afford to take a little time off for things like this with no worries financially. I found out earlier this year that I may indeed be getting a pension from Hostess. That is going to certainly add more money to the fold. And some other things have come up in our lives where we're going to be in a better state financially. It is time to make it happen, get to 62 years old and be done with, working every day and getting up early. I don't need it in my life, but first of all, some things have to be taken care of. The knee is one. I need to see a nose, ear, and throat doctor because I'm snoring so loud and I'm waking up in the middle of the night and my sinuses literally hurt. So maybe I have sleep apnea. Maybe I need some nose surgery. I don't know. But these are things that got to happen because once I go part-time at work and go into semi-retirement, I'll lose my health benefits. Di freelances on her job. She doesn't have any health benefits. And while I can go see the VA, go to the VA hospital or clinic, we do need some regular health insurance. And so I'll keep working to help pay for that, but and give me something to do so I don't end up fat and lazy at home. But there's other things going on in my life where not only do I need to slow down and enjoy life more, but things in my family as well. I've touched on it perhaps before that my brother Vince has had some problems with his lungs, and he really does need lung transplants, and he's progressing towards that, and hopefully he'll be on the donor list soon if he isn't already, and we can get that happening. But, this past Christmas, my immediate family didn't get together. Both of my parents are gone. Vince with his health problems. My brother-in-law, Gary, just had hip replacement surgery, and he's having some complications with that. And things come up. And I've seen my sister-in-law, Mary, and my sister, Julie, be there to take everybody where they need to go for medical purposes. They've done so many good things in that regard. I want to be a part of that too. I love my family and I want to be there for them and help them out and, maybe get involved in some other things and do more videos too. And so I need to take a step back this year, and starting in July, I'm going to go into the boss's office and say, hey, I'm done with this full-time stuff. I don't care if I'm a van lead anymore. I don't care if it's a pay cut. I just want to have more time for myself. And so that's what's going to happen this year. And something else obviously is going to happen this year and very soon. We're going to have a new president on January 20th. Donald Trump becomes our president again. You may think that's a good thing. You may think that's a bad thing. But I know one thing, it's going to change this country, and hopefully for the good. I voted for him. I thought he did some good things the first 3 years he was in office, and then COVID hit and messed everything up for everybody throughout the world. But we need things to be cheaper around here. Gas prices, grocery prices, and we need to be more self-reliant with our own energy sources here in the U.S. because the prices of everything revolves around that. If we can bring that down, all the more reason for me to retire, because then it'll be cheaper for Diana to live, with not having as much money coming in as we used to. But we really don't need it anymore. Things have happened where we are in a good financial situation, and I'm feeling very comfortable with that. I've worked full time since I was 18 years old. It's time, man. The aches and pains are coming. The medical issues are coming. My hands get hurting really bad sometimes from arthritis because I have to jump start so many vehicles, and using the clamps on the jump box affects my hands that way. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I really don't. So, and then you hear these stories about, what happened to Mark Thornton and my brother Vince retiring, and most of his years in retirement he hasn't been able to enjoy, because of, first his kidneys and then now his lungs. Man, it's time to get a living instead of, working for somebody all the time. So that's going to be the big change this year is, yes, I got to get through one more winter, and I'm going to hate it. And unfortunately, there's not going to be a trip to the Philippines on the horizon. I've also got an aunt and uncle whose health is not very good. Been very close to them. They were like second parents to me growing up at times. I want to be there, if they should pass in the next couple of years. I want to be around for that. So can't really go anywhere other than take a vacation to Florida. Looking forward to that because I've never been there. But everything else, unfortunately, my dream of retiring in the Philippines isn't ready to become a reality yet. But retirement is. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. That's the changes I'm going to make personally. And this way I can enjoy life better and be there for my family and do things that are more important in life than just going to work and worrying about a paycheck. I've worked hard. My wife has worked hard. We don't need to be in that position anymore. We don't have to do that anymore. And we're not going to do it like we used to. And we're going to enjoy life more. And I'm looking very much forward to it. Just got to get through 2 or more 3 months of lousy cold weather, and then things will get easier at work for me. I've got people trained on my van team that can replace me if I'm off from surgery, if I take a vacation, and that's a good thing to have as well. And got another guy on my van now that I'm going to train. Looking forward to all of that. But most importantly, I'm looking forward to my birthday this coming year. So I can call up Social Security and say, hey, I'm ready to apply. Let's get this thing started and let's retire. So anyways, that's really the subjects that I wanted to touch on. And thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year to everybody out there who subscribes to my channel and watches my videos. I thank you very much. I'm going to be doing more videos, so hopefully I'll be getting more subscribers and more viewers. But I've got to retire first and have more time to do that. I had dinner with my cousin Lynn and her husband Steve And Steve brought up a good point, and I've known this, but it was a good reminder that when he mentioned it, was we got to have a hobby when we retire. You know, we can't just sit around all the time. This is going to be one of my hobbies. I'm going to do more videos here. Wish I could do them in Iloilo, but nonetheless, this channel really, I created it for me, not as a source of income, and just for something fun to do, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So, God bless everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Semper Fi, and we will see you again soon.